From onesies to nightlights, these are my top 6 must-have newborn items. Coming in at number 6 on the list, we have zipped onesies. Now, I really struggled with just using a regular onesie on our newborn because I just never knew the trick of how to get this head slot up and over his head without making him cry. So I just really enjoyed always using these zipped onesies. You just unzip it, lay it down on the table, lay him in it, put his arms through, legs in, zip it up, and you're all done. Changing diapers is super cinchy. You just zip it down, undo the legs, change his diaper, zip it back up, and you're good to go. Just as good are the buttons. They're just not as fast. You can see that this button's all the way down into both legs, so that's pretty nice. Coming in at number 5 is our Nanit Plus baby monitor. And I'm really speaking to any baby monitor because it's just nice to have a set of eyes on your baby. But what I liked most about the Nanit was that it has a lot of data. And so after your baby's awake, you can just look and see when was the last time that they woke up. So you know what their wake window the next time their next nap should be. And you're not always looking at the clock being like, oh no, I forgot what time they woke up. So it's just nice to be able to look at the app and know what time they woke up. Another thing is that it actually doesn't come with an actual monitor. It's just Wi-Fi to the app on your phone, which can be good or bad. The bad thing is that your battery can drain really fast if you always have the sound on, or if you're always looking at it like using it like a regular monitor, you're gonna drain your battery. So that's a negative. The positive is that there's an infinite range. We could be out having a date night while the babysitter's here and we can check in on the monitor using the app. And that's something that we just absolutely love. When I open up the app, there's just tons of function. It tells you the temperature in there, it tells you the humidity, it tells you the last time someone took them out of bed. You can look at the dashboard for the day. There is just a lot that you can do with this baby monitor. Another thing that we just started using is it's a heart rate monitor. I don't have much to say about it, but we have it and we're starting to use it, so we're starting to learn more about it. So there's that too. Coming in at number 4 on the list are real swaddles. When you leave the hospital, they give you some of the swaddles that you started out with, and they're pretty much just blankets. Yeah, I mean, this is it. It's just a square, and it just doesn't work that great. So I just don't recommend sticking with these very long. So we use 2 different swaddles. We have the Halo swaddle, which is a very nice swaddle. So this one's fleece for when it's cold. We have another one that's not fleece, but was still pretty heavy duty. These ones are nice, but they have these 2 wings on either side, and you gotta wrap the baby around, and then wrap this one around. And honestly, it didn't really work that great all the time. It worked okay. I would recommend these, but honestly, we actually moved away from those ones and went to these ones. These ones are by Ziggy Baby, and these ones are actually much more affordable. So you get 3 of these swaddles for $22, and you only get 1 of the Halo swaddles for $22. We just love them. They're much more minimal. It's not very big, so it does have a snug fit, but because of that, the baby can't get out. Definitely get a real swaddle. You'll be happy. Coming in at number 3 on the list is our portable noise machine. We specifically have the Yoga Sleep Roam for $29, but you can really get any of them. This one's great, has a nice long life of 10 to 22 hours, depending on the volume that you have. We just love using it for when we're going on walks, when we're going to restaurants or going to doctor's appointments, or we use this for even our naps. We have a regular noise machine that plugs into the wall, but this one's just great. It turns up really loud. It has 3 different natural sounds. Not much to say about it. It's USB chargeable. So that is the portable noise machine. Coming in at number 2 on our list are our under crib lights. Now, night lighting is so important when your baby's crying during their naps and you want to get them back down, or if they wake up in the middle of the night and you don't want to turn on a light and wake them up fully. So these are a set of strip lights that we put underneath the crib, so they light the crib from below, so the light isn't shining in his face. And then we plug them into a wireless plug that has a outlet that we just easily screwed into the wall right next to all the other outlets. And it just works great. So when you go in the room, you just hit that switch, turns on the lights, doesn't wake him up that much, and it's awesome. It's also great for, kind of setting the mood when you're trying to get him down for a nap, or you're trying to, settle things down for the evening and just show him that it's now bedtime. So coming in at number 1 on my list is this egg nightlight, and I can't recommend this thing more. It's USB chargeable and it lasts up to 100 hours. I think I charge this thing pretty much once every 3 weeks. Since you're barely even using it, you're only using it real quick to see what's going on and then turning it off. It just seems to last forever. What I like most about it is that it has this sensor and it knows whether it's light out or day. And that's great because when it's night out, it starts pulsating, but just a little bit. Not enough to actually see anything, but just enough to see where the egg is. And that's great because this is on a side table and his pack and play where he sleeps is up against that side table. So I know that wherever this light is, his pack and play is about 3/4 of the way up that light. So I don't actually even have to turn on the light to pick him up, or even once I put him back down, I can see that pulsating egg light, and I know that I need to set him down right here. And that's just awesome. This light is so easy to use. On the bottom, it's got a switch for the normal light. You can also switch it to this multicolored light, which we haven't really used yet, but I think it'll be great once he gets to child age. But it's just so easy to use. You tap it twice to turn on. You tap it twice to turn off. You tap once and hold to dim it. You tap once and hold to make it brighter. And this thing is really bright. It's really awesome. Another great thing about this is it has this silicone housing, and so it just creates a really soft light. You can even have this pretty bright, and you can take it, because it's USB, you can put it anywhere, and you can hold it up to his eyes, and he won't even wake up because it's just such a soft light. Another great thing about this light is it actually has this button for a 1-hour timer, and we haven't really used that very much because we're just using it as a light. But once he's a child, I know children like night lights, and so we'll be able just to turn on that button, turn on the light, and it'll go off in an hour. So this thing, so cheap, so awesome, use it so much. I just love it. Number 1 on the list. You know, it's so hard to dwindle this list down to just 6 because you're using so many items each and every day that how can you just choose which ones are more important? So I'm actually gonna go through a list of honorable mentions that honestly could be just as important, but just didn't make my personal list. We have a swing. We use that a great deal, just not as much as some of the other ones. A boppy, that should make the list, but I don't use it. My wife uses it for when she's breastfeeding. You absolutely need a boppy, in my opinion. At least it looks like it's a must-have item. Another one were anti-colic bottles that we have. They have a little diaphragm that lets air in through the bottom. We had other bottles that kind of made him gassy and cry a lot, so we got these anti-colic bottles, and we love them. Another one's a nursery chair. That should make the list, but I just don't use it that much. I mean, I use it a little bit, just not that much. A Google Home. You don't even think you need one, but when you're sitting down with the baby and you're trying to rock him to sleep, it's just nice to say, hey Google, play sleeping strings for babies, or whatever you want to play. It's just so nice to be able to tell Google what you want them to play, and they start playing it. If you have any other recommendations for newborn items that people should know about, please list them in the comment section below. I will have all of this listed in the description and the links to where you can get them. My name is Jimmy with The Active Dad, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.